Here is a rundown of the top 10 historical battle sites you can still visit in the UK today. 1. The Battle of Hastings. East Sussex, 1066. The Battle of Hastings was fought between the Norman French army led by William the Conqueror and the English forces led by Harold II. This battle marked the beginning of Norman rule in England and had a profound impact on our country's history. 2. The Battle of Culloden. Inverness, 1746. The Battle of Culloden was the final confrontation of the Jacobite Rising, where the Jacobites, led by Bonnie Prince Charlie, clashed with the British government forces. It resulted in a decisive victory for the British and marked the end of the Jacobite cause. 3. The Battle of Bannockburn. Stirling, 1314. The Battle of Bannockburn was a significant conflict during the First War of Scottish Independence. Scottish forces, led by Robert the Bruce, achieved a resounding victory against the English army under King Edward II, securing Scotland's independence. 4. The Battle of Bosworth Field. Leicestershire, 1485. The Battle of Bosworth Field was the decisive conflict of the Wars of the Roses, where the forces of Henry Tudor, later Henry VII, confronted the troops of Richard III. Henry's victory led to the end of the Plantagenet dynasty and the beginning of the Tudor era. 5. The Battle of Sedgemoor. Somerset, 1685. The Battle of Sedgemoor was fought between the forces of King James II and the rebel army led by James Scott, Duke of Monmouth. The rebellion aimed to overthrow King James II and replace him with Monmouth. However, the battle ended in a decisive victory for the royal forces. 6. Battle of Flodden Field. Northumberland, 1513. The battle was fought as part of the ongoing Anglo-Scottish Wars. King James IV led a Scottish invasion into England, seeking to divert English resources away from their alliance with France. The battle resulted in the death of King James IV and a decisive victory for the English. 7. The Battle of Edgehill. Warwickshire, 1642. The Battle of Edgehill was one of the earliest major engagements of the English Civil War, taking place on October 23, 1642, near the village of Edgehill in Warwickshire, England. It was fought between the Royalist forces loyal to King Charles I and the Parliamentarian forces led by the Earl of Essex. 8. The Battle of Naseby. Northamptonshire, 1645. The Battle of Naseby was a pivotal conflict in the English Civil War between the Parliamentarian New Model Army, led by Sir Thomas Fairfax and Oliver Cromwell, and the Royalist forces commanded by King Charles I. The Royalist army, despite being numerically superior, was defeated. 9. The Battle of Killiecrankie. Perth, 1689. The Battle of Killiecrankie was a significant clash during the Jacobite uprising of 1689, where the forces of King William III of England and Scotland faced off against the Jacobite rebels supporting James II. Ultimately, the Jacobite Highlanders emerged victorious. 10. The Battle of Tewkesbury. Gloucestershire, 1471. The Battle of Tewkesbury was a significant conflict during the Wars of the Roses, a series of civil wars between the House of Lancaster and the House of York for the English throne. It resulted in a decisive victory for the Yorkists. Have you visited any historical battle sites? Tell us about it in the comments below.